time for the grab bag yet?
I have no idea, sweetie. Okay, everyone, we're doing the grab bag.
Wow.
This is for you. Vanilla.
Open.
Yeah, we have to open it.
Gotta open it.
Do you want help?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No. You'll have your turn.
Wow.
Isn't it adorable?
It's a little picnic set.
They make
little
play
plates.
kits based on their developmental phase.
Let's turn it up.
Yeah.
Putting it
There we go.
together.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Yes, this is
Okay.
great.
For me too.
Did you see, Mom, the picnic basket?
Yummy. Do
It
you
comes
want
with a
something to
tablecloth.
Then where does the square go?
He loves that.
It does fit there. What about on top of?
Is that little picnic set the most adorable thing?
So
incredibly cute.
Does it fit?
It's good.
And then there are more in her balancing scale.
4.
I love that.
Very good.
He was like, "Why? I never knew that."
Great gift.
What is it?
Do you want some tea?
I have never seen. I had no idea that these were here.
Here's some tea.
Wow. Awesome.
They've been sitting.
I know the boxes now.
I've had Yanya's Christmas gift since March.
Oh, isn't it great?
This is for Noah.
This is for you.
It's for you, honey.
This is for you. Come here, come here. Yay! Say thank you, Grandma and Grandpa.
Thank you. But I'll explain the rules while Eric's doing that.
Does he know the rules?
Wait, no, he just did Eric play last year?
I did too, though, and I don't remember.
Okay.
You all
Okay.
played.
I'll
except
wait
me.
until Eric gets back.
Did you play this with us last year?
No.
I don't like not stressing.
Oh,
it's not stressful.
It's not
If you,
stressful.
if you don't care,
It could be worse.
then it's not.
All right. So, how it works is, if Rachel's starting with the ball, the person to her right has the dice. So, when I say go,
Buddy, get out of
the
here.
people with the dice start rolling as soon as, and the people with the ball start unwrapping. Everything that falls out of the ball while the person has the ball, they keep. As soon as the person rolls doubles, you say doubles, and the person has to pass the package.
We're going counterclockwise.
So we're going this
so
way.
you roll the dice, then you get the ball.
You roll the dice, then you get the ball.
And like as soon as Christopher got the dice, every time he rolled doubles immediately.
Yeah, I remember that. I
Ready?
used to love them with NBA Jam.
Go.
To make Muggsy's head giant. Immediately.
You have to say doubles. Okay,
Doubles.
Mom, start rolling.
Oh, double! Doubles!
Oh, doubles. Start.
Oh, doubles. You can have it.
There it is.
Next time it catches up, just pass it to the next
Yeah.
available.
Doubles. Yay.
Chris, pass it to Mom.
Trying
Those
to.
are all my candy, Chris. Those are all mine.
Okay, here.
Got my dice.
Alright.
Yes, thing!
Okay, I swear to God. Stop rolling.
I see a Snickers bar. Stop rolling. What are you
I got
doing?
some nail polish.
Oh my gosh, why am I rolling it so far?
Look all that I got. Yay, look at me. Stop.
I have those. I love them.
I love them. Were you wearing them this morning?
Yes, yesterday morning.
I'm gonna wear them.
Does anybody want
Yeah,
the
this one's
Fanta
Are you
smacker?
Ray? Do you want it?
My dad.
What is it? It's just a little
Old Spice.
fancy container for what you will. Oh, and what is this for?
It's so I was thinking for earrings or rings or any kind of jewelry that you want to keep in a cute little.
Oh, what is this?
I love this game.
Isn't it fun?
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Forrest.
Such a fun
Great gift, great gift, great gift, great gift.
About 2 weeks ago, my sister showed me this really cool thing that she bought. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, we need one of those for the RV. A neon sign that says Neat View. It just came today and look. Oh, I have to plug it in. Hello. Look at this. Isn't that so cool? I'm gonna link it below, or maybe I'll add the link here, whatever. There's gonna be a link, but it's on Amazon and you can order it custom. You can have it say whatever you want, and there's a bunch of different fonts and colors. So I'm just gonna hang it right over the door because I thought, how cute would it be if wherever we go, we can open the door and have a neat view. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna hang it up now. Okay, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. I want to show you guys how I wired it. So I plugged it into here, right under the TV, and then ran it here. So this is just a little twist tie, and I stuck it in there with earthquake putty. And then this runs to this, which I used command strips to stick this power block up here. And then another twist tie. I can do better with that. I can clean that up. But this is stuck with more volcano putty. And then back here, another twist tie, more volcano putty. This I stuck with tiny little command strips. And the dimmer switch I stuck with a little command strip. So everything is pretty tidy. Oh yeah, and this is some more volcano putty, just keeping the wire to the side. Might not even need that much, but dim off. Oh my gosh, guys, I love this so much. I cannot believe how affordable it was too. Please, if you're interested in any way, shape, or form, check out the link in the description. Wow.
So today we are on our way to Florida to spend New Year's Eve with our dear friends Andrew and Kate
In Siesta Key.
Siesta Key.
And then on New Year's Day, we're gonna head to the east coast of Florida, over to South Daytona, to hang out with Steve's brother and sister-in-law and their kids
Yep.
at the beach house.
Which is great because my brother never travels. My family doesn't really get out of the Central Valley, California very often.
But it's Gab's parents' house, right?
Yes.
That they're visiting.
So it's
Yeah.
going to be fun to hang out with my big bro in somewhere other than where we grew up, you know?
So this is going to be the longest trip that we've taken yet in the RV. Started in Lexington, Kentucky. We are now on our way to Sarasota, which is on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Then to the west coast, the east coast of Florida.
Yep.
Then we're gonna creep slowly up the east coast to Philly for a show that Steve's playing. Then to New York City, Boston,
Possibly Boston.
possibly a show in Boston. Then we're gonna start heading west all the way out to Central Valley, California to visit Steve's family. At some point in there, we may go to Mexico, we may loop down through Texas, but it's probably gonna be 4 months before we get back to Kentucky. So we'll see how it all goes. Let's hope she holds up.
And hopefully we'll be able to meet up with our new friends that we haven't met in person, the New State Nomads.
RV twins.
We're RV twins.
They
and,
have the same model. It's a Navion, a Winnebago Navion that they have, and I believe theirs is a 2019, while ours is a 2018. But the models are identical. So the View and the Navion are the same model. I still don't really know why they have different names for the same exact RV, but anyway, they have been so sweet. They've been doing it full time for 3 years, and actually when we were researching the type of RV we wanted to get, that's how we found them on YouTube and started following their adventures. And they're so inspiring. But yeah, we might be able to finally meet up with them. So this is one of the difficult things about being in the RV full time and taking a trip like this, where we're going to be down in the heat and humidity in Florida, and then up in Northern California, possibly Big Bear where there could be snow, and we have a baby. So we have to pack for both summer and winter with very limited storage space. We were going back and forth to our storage unit trying to like imagine every possible scenario, make sure we had what we needed and still are able to live comfortably without clutter everywhere. We think we nailed it, but I feel like we never realized that we forgot something major until we're in the situation. Let's just hope. It is so hot in here. Literally, I am feeling it right now. Like there's a bubble of heat around me.
You've got so much air. Even though my vents are off, the air conditioning is making me hate life right now.
This is one of our most routine arguments. I am constantly overheating, and he is constantly too cold. He insists on walking around in summer clothes all the time, and I insist on being cozy and snuggly in giant sweatshirts and sweaters.
I only believe in putting sweaters and coats on when you're outside in the cold.
My philosophy is you can always add more layers.
That's why you're so hot all the time, because you got sweaters and stuff on.
But if it's cold in here, maybe you should just put some clothes on instead of...
Why should I have to layer up whilst inside of a vehicle, which is climate control?
Classic argument.
So I got my window down for natural air, which is the best
And I'm
air.
overheating. If it gets any worse, there will be a heat stroke scenario.
It's like
have to pull over.
55
Oh my
degrees
God,
outside.
It's so hot. It's so hot. It's the eternal struggle with us. But we compromise, right?
Yeah, my vents are all closed up. You got all the AC, and I'm gonna crack my window after we finish this filming.
Are we gonna stop at Buc-ee's?
We're totally stopping at Buc-ee's this time because we're fans now. If you watched our earlier video, you know I used to be quite on the other side of the fence, but it was just my own ignorance. We're pulling into Buc-ee's, and for anybody who has heard of Buc-ee's and is a part of that cult following, let me just say this. It's just a normal gas station. It's got clean toilets and big toilets and like loads of pumps. Okay, but like the obsession that people have with it's ridiculous, to be honest. And you know what? You guys can come for me. I don't care. So yeah, we're coming back to Buc-ee's and we're gonna get some of them barbecue sandwiches. I might even get me maybe a themed something.
We should get some Buc-ee's mugs.
I'm definitely getting some of that pulled pork, whatever. I'm starving.
When you guys do souvenir shopping, what types of souvenirs do you typically get? Are you like a hats type person, magnets, keychains, mugs, hoodies, t-shirts? What do you get? I love hoodies. I got this at Ripplewood Resort in Big Sur, California. I love getting a big cozy sweatshirt wherever we go. And mugs. Sweatshirts and mugs, I think. And magnets.
Well, hello. We are back.
Back at Buc-ee's.
Back at the Buc. Should we get Buc-ee's folding chairs?
Oh my God, I wouldn't take it that far.
No. So, here we are in Georgia again, and we're camping on a beautiful lake again, which is great. It's so cool that this is our life. This is our day-to-day. This is a Monday for us. Oh, it's so wonderful to be on the water. I grew up on the water. Tiff, she grew up on the water. We prefer to stay in state parks just because both of us were like avid outdoors people. My dad was a big deer hunter and pig hunter and stuff like that, and fisherman, duck hunting, all that kind of stuff. So I grew up going out with him. I didn't do any of the hunting or anything, but I just loved coming along for the nature part of it. And Tiffany grew up in a similar way, not with the hunting, but with travel and adventure.
Oh yeah. My mom was very adventurous. She would wake us up at like 4 in the morning and be like, get in the van, we're going. We're like, where? She's like, I don't know. We would just drive until we weren't driving anymore.
Oh!
Wow.
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 Wow. You can't grab that. Mm-hmm.
As long as there's Binky.
Ah, what are you doing? Uh-huh. Dada. Okay. Oh, you need to pop in there? Here we go. Okay.
Tires look good.
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay, so we haven't really showed you guys the rack that we got for the e-bikes and for, well, it's not really a rack for the baby trailer. It's just wrapped in a tarp and tied to the ladder. But this is our rack. It's HyperAxe and it's built for fat tire bikes and 2 of them. So the max weight on this thing is, I think it was 150 pounds.
Something like that.
150 pounds, yeah. Our 2 bikes weigh more than that, but if you take the batteries out, that's the heaviest part. So he's just gonna put the bikes up so you guys can see. And this is the highest rated, sturdiest one that we could find on Amazon. And there were a couple things that we upgraded to make it even more sturdy.
Yeah, so we got this coupler here,
Yeah.
which essentially really locked it. Before I put this on, there was some slight wiggle.
Yeah.
Now there's absolutely
Nothing
nothing,
at
which
all.
makes a big difference when you're going down the road and things are bouncing around. The last thing you would want is this thing having any kind of
Yeah.
slack in it.
Yeah.
So
And I'll link the rack, the coupler, and what was the other thing that we got for this? Weren't there 2?
nope, that was it.
Oh, okay.
So just take that pin out. It slides up here. So I've been having some trouble with this lately, and it not going down as far as I need it to go. Pin goes to that, so that's locked in now. This bad boy, and then you got these nifty straps. We had to put a sock there because if you're gonna use this rack and these bikes, unfortunate thing is, these are metal.
Yeah, because
It'll
the
scrape
wheels
up the
are
back.
the wheels are held completely straight, and there's not really that much clearance. So we've been here in Siesta Key for a couple days now, and just relaxing.
It's been amazing. It's so good to be back in Florida. We really love Florida.
Oh my God.
We've been spending more time here than anywhere else.
We may just do winter.
We might
here.
every year just come down here.
But we're with
It's
our
a lot
good
better.
friends Kate and Andrew, so we're about to go kayaking out to a private beach, and it's gonna be Noah's
His first time.
on a no, not on a boat. He's been on a boat. He
It's
just
the first
hasn't been
time being on a kayak.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, ahoy, mateys. Here we go.
He is giggling. Hi, Kate. Happy New Year.
Let's go have an adventure.
Let's go. The mangroves.
He's got all this hair that's
Wow.
protecting his head. Hello.
We made it to the beach. How long do you think it took?
Oh, just like 10 minutes.
A 10-minute kayak ride.
Usually 10 minutes.
Oh wow, that's okay. That's crowded.
Yeah, that black spot looks good.
Back at the beach again?
Back at the beach again.
Sleepy.
Very sleepy.
So it is January 2nd,
Happy New Year.
2022. Happy New Year. We left Siesta Key yesterday morning and headed to the Atlantic coast of Florida, to South Daytona, where we are now at his sister-in-law's family's house. So his brother's here, our nephews are here, and like their whole family, and it's just been a dream. I mean, look at this. We wanted to do a Q&A. I posted on Instagram probably like a month ago asking if you guys had any questions, and there were a bunch. So we're just gonna go through some of those right now. And yeah, let's just jump into it. Okay, how do you maintain a good relationship with your husband while having the baby?
One of the biggest things has been therapy for us.
Yes.
We got into couples counseling pretty early on in our relationship, and it's given us a lot of really amazing tools that came in handy during not only COVID and having a baby at home during COVID, and everything that we've kind of been through leading up to this point is like it's given us a lot of opportunities to use those tools and to strengthen our relationship. And being in an RV, especially with a baby, which, you know, any stressful situation, just have a baby crying and it'll amplify the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you put it in a pressure cooker situation like this RV life, and it's actually strengthened our relationship because you don't have anywhere to go. You have to settle whatever it is that is going on at that time.
Right.
And it's been definitely not without its challenges, but I think we've come out the other side certainly a lot stronger because of, like, again, you have no choice but to work it out if there's a problem.
Yeah, and like submitting yourself to the process of therapy is really important because humility is a huge aspect of us being able to manage life with a baby in such a small space and traveling so frequently. So the therapist sort of acts as a neutral third party who can challenge you without you taking it personally. And then you get in that habit, so then when we have little arguments, which happens so often because of all the stress surrounding us, we're able to handle it much better. I would say the other aspect for me is taking our alone time and supporting the other person's alone time just as seriously as prioritizing date night, like together time, because we both have to get our work done. We both need rest time and personal space, like alone, and we also need quality time together.
Yeah.
So like if he needs to go do that, it's important to me to support whatever it is that he needs. If I need to watch the baby, or if I need to, like, we need to schedule our work at different times. So all of that, like taking what the other person needs seriously, as well as both of us acknowledging that we need to prioritize time together, that's a good habit. So we try to take turns to keep it balanced.
Yeah.
This one's for me. What's my favorite song by Steve?
Oh, that's really sweet.
I would say I mean, right now it's Rowdy Boys, but that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, it's a new single.
A new single that we'll announce when it comes out.
Uh-huh.
Because that's my favorite right now. When you're frustrated with each other, where do you go when you live in an RV? Outside.
Yeah, or the bathroom, because it's the only room where you can truly be alone.
And it's so, I think Mitch Hedberg did a bit about like when you're camping, like trying to get away from your partner.
Slamming the flap.
If you have a fight in a tent, like what do you do?
Zip it up real fast.
Zip it up real fast. Yeah, so in the RV it's kind of similar. You can't really slam a door to make a point.
No. So you either, if we're...
Shouldn't do that anyway.
It's either, we'll either go outside or just go in the bathroom.
He has stormed into that tiny bathroom and like...
That's it.
And I'm just trying not to laugh
Yeah.
because it's such a tiny bathroom and like you can't just like like
process,
close the door.
yeah.
You have to like like to keep it closed. But yeah, it when it's that bad, like if we really need some space because of tension, stepping outside, pretty much going for a walk.
Yeah.
Do either of you speak another language? I do not. I've learned a little bit of Spanish when I was in Central America, but that's it.
Yeah, same. I studied Spanish in like a couple years in high school, and then when I was living in Barcelona, I got the Rosetta Stone Spanish course, and I used to do it every morning before I'd go out and be around like friends.
That's cool.
And
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. Well, I lived in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Well, when I was there, like, that's one of the things that I did.
That's such a good idea.
In the Spain translation, so, and then I had all these like local friends who they really didn't speak very much English at all, so they would speak Spanish with me and help me with my Spanish, and we'd go out and do stuff and all that. And so like at one point I kind of spoke Spanish, but it was very basic.
Will you be releasing scheduled videos weekly? We would love to. That's our goal. I mean, I'm editing everything and I'm still fairly new at it, so hopefully I'll get more efficient over time and we can do videos more frequently. But we are always documenting. We're always documenting, so there's always stuff to share. So we'll always have material for that. It's just a matter of like, once we get in a really comfortable groove, we can pick a day and announce it and everything. So yeah, we would love to do that.
There's been a little lull over the holidays because it's been kind of so chaotic, but we've got a lot of time on the road coming up ahead of us. So hopefully we'll be able to post, once and maybe even twice a week if we can. We'll see.
We would love it. Do you tow the car or are you storing it somewhere? We do not tow the car. It's an all-wheel drive, so we would need a trailer and we don't want to deal with that. So the car stays at my sister's house in Lexington. That's where we park when we're home, like with my family. And we can just leave it there, which is such a great help. It's so convenient to be able to leave it there.
Yeah.
Do you typically have to pay to park?
We've been fortunate.
For overnights, we have the option of parking for free because Cracker Barrel hosts RVs.
And Camping World.
A lot of camping worlds do as well. Not all. Like we recommend always calling ahead to make sure that location allows it. In our experience, camping worlds, like some do, some don't. Cracker Barrel, I think across the boards allows
across
it.
the boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool with, I think, at least one night. Like you could do one overnight at Cracker Barrel. But
And
again,
then-
you can call ahead and just double check anytime.
Right, and then there's Harvest Hosts, which we are members of, that allow you to park for free. It's like independent people. It's like breweries or farms or, people that allow RVs to stay overnight. And it's kind of like a, like if you're staying at a brewery, you should go in and get a beer, like support the people that are allowing you to stay. It's like a really cool thing. We haven't actually stayed at a Harvest Host location
Not yet.
Yeah, but we will. And then Thousand Trails, we got a 1-year Thousand Trails membership with our RV from La Mesa. So they have a bunch of campsites around that we're able to stay for free. But typically when we pay to park, we try to find state parks, county parks, national parks, because they do charge, but it's way cheaper than independent RV parks.
Plus,
and
it's beautiful.
resorts.
You get to wake up in the woods.
Yeah, like we've paid.
day.
It's like between like 15 and 25 bucks a night to stay at a state park. In our experience,
With
which is very
hookups.
limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason we would stay at a park rather than like a parking lot at Camping World or Cracker Barrel is the hookups, being able to plug into electricity, water, sewer, and it's nice to be in an official place. You know, I always feel a little bit like iffy staying in a parking lot. I don't know if it's a safety thing or what.
It's a safety thing. It makes you feel uneasy.
Yeah. Do you use any particular websites? How to find city camping, like the one in Brooklyn? So we tried with Brooklyn. I've been using Allstay's Camp and RV app as well as CampSpot, and there are just no official places that you can park in New York City. So for places like that, we ended up just talking to his friends, and they were like, they live there, and they were like, yeah, there's a park and we see RVs there. Sometimes you might want to like go check it out. That's how we kind of got, you know, we heard from his friends that this park, they've seen RVs in this park. So we went to the park, saw some RVs, talked to one of the people, and then found out, oh yeah, you can park here.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky with that one.
That was luck, honestly. And I couldn't find anything online about it, so I'm not even sure if it's like allowed, but we didn't get in trouble, and like they didn't get in trouble.
No.
So, but usually it's, those two apps are extremely helpful. With Allstays, you can pull up a map and it shows little icons representing where you can fill your LP, like LP filling stations, state parks, county parks, all kinds of truck stops. So you can filter out the icons that you actually are useful to you. And so we'll try to find state parks, and then once we find it, we'll switch over to the CampSpot app, and you can put in the location, and it only shows locations that have availability for the dates that you need, which saves so much time instead of having to check individual websites and make phone calls. Like, I've spent a lot of time on the phone only to find out that there's no vacancy. So the CampSpot in tandem with Allstays, I would highly recommend if you're trying, like on the fly, trying to find places to park. How do you get mail? We haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked into P.O. boxes and they're pretty expensive. And I know that there is a service that collects your mail for you and kind of acts as a P.O. box for people who travel a lot or do full-time RVing. And at the moment, we've just switched our address over to some family who were gracious enough to collect our mail for us, but long term we're going to need to figure that out.
We need to figure that out. And I've heard that Amazon Locker is really good, because there's places that have Amazon Locker, you can just have packages shipped, but I don't think you can use that as like your mailing address. We're kind of losing light, so we'll do another Q&A at some point.
Thank you all again for subscribing and enjoying our videos, and to everybody who reaches out and contacts us, thank you so much. We love to hear from you. We love to connect with you. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Happy New Year.
Hope 2022 is a beautiful one for you.